Last year, deputies found 16-year-old Ivan Perry and 17-year-old Willie Garrett dead at the scene. Cameron Carroll died later.
Aiken County, a 17-year-old is in jail facing charges in connection to a shooting in Warrenville last month. Aiken County deputies say 17-year-old Marquise Robinson is charged with murder in connection to the death of 18-year-old Trenard Shepard.
New details in the case of a 10-year-old girl who was shot and killed in Beach Island in June. Good evening.
That these gang-banging cowards fired into the residence where the 10-year-old girl slept in her bed. They attacked a house full of innocent people. The person they were targeting for retaliation had not lived in that house for a year.
Neighborhood net person. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, stay tuned, all that.
It's always ugly when the babies get hurt. Oh, my mama. And then, you know, in the midst of trying to get revenge for some that's foul, it's just a whole mess, man. I want to say condolences to this young lady's family. Rest in peace. And to the beautiful black baby. Yeah, but y'all seen the title, so with no further ado, let's see what this whole messy situation has been up to.
Fam, imagine this. You call the police over 12 times in the last 3 years begging them to help your child. You post on Facebook warning the world that your child's slipping into gangs. Tagging colleges while you trying to speak to him. Praying he'll take the chance at a better life. But a couple months later, that same son name is in the headlines for the murder of a 10-year-old girl who was killed in her sleep. And that's the reality tonight in Aiken County, South Carolina. A reality that forces us to question not only the streets, but the system, the family structure, and the pain behind every mugshot. Fam, I had to bring this story first. This story is as heartbreaking as it gets. We're going to North Augusta, South Carolina, where a couple of teenagers were arrested for the brutal killing of a 10-year-old girl. As we mentioned, killed in her sleep, which we'll later discuss. Now, this wasn't random. Police say this was revenge. Retaliation tied to another murder in the city. And when you peel back the layers, you find something deeper. A mother who fought for years to keep her son off this path. From the moment he started running away from home, to her Facebook post begging him to stay out of gangs, to the time she tagged the college that was ready to accept him. She did everything a parent could do. But in the end, the streets pulled harder. Today,
she probably couldn't move out the area, huh? To a whole nother state. Poor thing.
Here we go over this story as we go over the details of one of the youngest and newest, deadliest war in Aiken County, South Carolina. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Now before we get off into the heart of this story, let's talk about North Augusta. This is not Augusta, Georgia, but it sits right across the river, connected in more ways than one. North Augusta is a small city, about 25,000 people. People see it as more of a quiet and more suburban. But the truth is, crime doesn't stop at the state line. What happened in Augusta, Georgia spills straight into North Augusta. The gangs, the retaliation, the violence, it bleed across the Savannah River. And while North Augusta is smaller, it's not immune. Property crime, robberies, and shootings are part of the daily reality. And here's the hardest part. Young people are the center of it. In the last few years, teenagers under 25 have been tied to a growing number of shootings, which bring us to this tragedy. Fast forward to 2025. Teenagers leading the charge in cycles of revenge and retaliation. Neighborhoods like Harrisburg, Dogwood Terrace, Barton Village. These are the places where you hear sirens at night, where kids grow up around gang influence before they even hit high school. So when we talk about a 10-year-old losing her life, it's not just one tragic case. It's part of a bigger pattern in the city where opportunity and violence are constantly fighting for control. And for the purpose of this video, we stand in North Augusta. Also, a place where a local rapper who go by the name G Hondo is allegedly from. His real name is Rodarius Blocker. Rep 50K gang and have affiliations to the Rock gang.
Still down over there. On gang. 50K be the gang, 50K be the gang, nigga. Nigga, duck your taco or get your shit filled.
Now, Rodarius was raised by a single mom who tried her best with him. And then she reached out on social media for help, constantly prayed, and even reached out to the local police department. From the outside looking in, it seemed it started almost 4 years ago. He's now 18 years old, but almost 4 years ago, his mom went to Facebook and said the following: "If anybody see my oldest son, Rodarius Blocker, please contact me because he ran away from home last night. Share, share, share. He's only 15 years old." But earlier that year, she went to Facebook saying she felt exhausted. Quote, I really hate these polices for real. They wait until our black kids get too far gone and out of control. I've been screaming for help for my son for 8 whole months. He ran away, I called them, they bring him right back, and he hasn't been to school. Disrespect and in the game. But I keep getting told it's too full to send him to DJJ or someone to get a wake-up call before his life is really in the judge's hand. I mean, I have 25 reports to Aiken County and 29 reports for Aiken City. Shaking my head and still no help. I just keep getting told to keep calling the police until they have no other choice but to send him off for help. I know it's peer pressure. That's why I'm trying to get him help before it's too late. Just a praying mother trying to show my boy he has his whole life ahead of him. Pray for us, y'all. We seem happy, but we going through it with my oldest son. Please, if you have boys, man, get into their lives, because the street thugs taking our babies and making them gangbangers. I'm not giving up on Rodarius Blocker because I know he only needs help at the moment. But then a couple months later, the following year, April 2023, she tagged her son on Facebook while wrote, "Rodarius is smart. I really hate the devil is trying to attack him. I rebuke all negative vibes around him. Get out and get back on track, son. I know you can do it because I raised smart young fellows."
Gotta love mothers, man. Never give up on us. Always believe in us and ride for us and with us till the wheels fall off on my mama.
Take a village to raise these boys in this generation. Still continue to pray that no weapon formed against him shall prosper. My son was great in sports. Aiken Streets tried to take my babe from me. And in that post, she tagged the University of South Carolina, the application, begging her son to join. But as they always say, mother intuition is always right. Because a couple months later, her son was arrested for murder. But it didn't come before he dropped his first music video, which was just 2 months ago, leaving clues he allegedly responsible for a murder he just committed.
Damn, why he had to go out like that? But when they gonna learn?
Days prior, but also leaving clues on the 2022 shooting that left 2 cousins dead, in which he played in the very beginning of his music video. Ironically, the track was titled Wald Drive, G Hondo featuring SK. This and the same 3 individuals who was killed on Waldy Street on the 200 block.
In June of last year, deputies found 16-year-old Ivan Perry and 17-year-old Willie Garrett dead at the scene. Cameron Carroll died later at the hospital.
Now, the deceased teenagers you heard mentioned in that video was 16-year-old Cameron Carroll, 16-year-old Ivan Perry, and 17-year-old Willie Garrett. It was June of 2022, and the shooting happened Sunday afternoon at around 1:22 p.m. When police got there, they said the 3 teenagers were found in the front yard with gunshot wounds. Garrett and Perry died at the scene. Carroll was taken to the hospital in Augusta Medical University Center, where he later died. May all 3 rest in peace, and love and condolences to their families.
Weekend. Today, the sheriff's office telling us 18-year-old Xavion Bailey is in custody. He's expected to be charged with 3 counts of murder.
Deputies say they're still looking for 2 other suspects, including 20-year-old Alvin Artis. They say the 3rd suspect is a 15-year-old. We're told the 3 victims are 17-year-old Willie Garrett, 16-year-olds Ivan Perry and Cameron Carroll. Will Rio live in our newsroom for us, and after following up with the sheriff's office in this case, Will, we understand deputies have some strong feelings about all this.
Yeah, that's right. The sheriff's office says they really work to prevent things like this from happening. So when it does, it hits deputies and the community hard. Sheriff Hunt says there's no doubt that the senseless violence is the result of gang members who have no regard for the sanctity of life. They say they need to do what they can to stop young people from picking up guns. A small mobile home park on Wald Drive turned into a tragic scene Sunday afternoon when deputies received a call.
There were 3 victims. There was with apparent gunshot wounds.
17-year-old Willie Garrett and 16-year-old Ivan Perry were found dead at the scene, and 16-year-old Cameron Carroll was transported to the hospital, where he later passed away.
My heart goes out to our entire community, especially when we see this needless, senseless loss of life.
A family member of 2 of the victims says Carroll and Garrett were first cousins.
It is a case, there's just sheer violence.
18-year-old Xavion Bailey is behind bars, and the sheriff's office is looking for 2 more in connection to the shooting, 20-year-old Alvin Artis and a 15-year-old.
It is.
All 3 of their ages don't add up to 50 years, barely. Boy, all this the baby girl and all the young life thrown away, it's just all babies.
It's a tragedy for somebody so young to be involved in such a violent act.
Deputies believe this case was gang-related. Their new gang task force investigators and the community are crucial to piecing together what happened.
Our community has been of a great support to us during the course of this investigation.
Now, 6 young lives are taken away and families are left grieving.
It is a true tragedy because, not only, we have victims families that are left behind, but we also have families that are of these young men that are greatly impacted as well. This is something that is not necessary.
Both suspects are considered to be armed and dangerous, but as of right now, the sheriff's office says there's no immediate threat to the community.
Okay, thanks, Will. And again, if you have any information to help the sheriff's office get justice.
That's to think he was involved in that and come out and speak on it 3 years later is crazy. Knowing the timing that only 2 weeks after dropping that music video, him and his crew would do a drive-by on a house they thought their opposition lived in. And instead of hitting their targets, these young boys had took the life of a 10-year-old who passed away in her sleep. Now before we go over those details, let's talk about how this is allegedly retaliation. The sheriff's office made an arrest in the deadly shooting of an 18-year-old, Trenard Shepard, who was shot multiple times in a Warrenville yard in the early morning hours of June 22, 2025. That following Wednesday, authorities arrested Marquise Robinson, a 17-year-old from North Augusta, and charged him with murder and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. Although a juvenile, Robinson will be prosecuted as an adult under South Carolina law due to the severity of the charges. Investigators say Robinson shot Shepard multiple times near the intersection of Farrell Street at around 1:48 a.m. Deputies responded to a 911 call reporting gunfire and discovered Shepard lying in the yard in the 400 block of Surrey Street. He was pronounced deceased at the scene by 2:56 a.m. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. Now this is where G. Hondo and his crew had allegedly wanted to get revenge later that night, but instead they targeted the wrong house. Fam, meet Levenia Low. She was a rising 5th grader at Red Cliff Elementary School and was known for her joyful spirit and love for dance. Described by family members as a bright and vibrant child, she was often the center of attention at gatherings, bringing energy and laughter wherever she went. Fast forward to June 22, 2025, deputies responded to reports of gunfire at a home in the 100 block of Dorset-Kinsey Road. It was around 11:49 p.m. Inside the residence, they found Levenia with a gunshot wound to the head while in bed. Deputies attempted life-saving measures until EMS had arrived, but she was pronounced dead at the scene at 1:30 a.m. May she rest in peace and love and condolences to her family. Now here's the thing. According to local authorities, G. Hondo and his crew allegedly wanted revenge for the shooting earlier that morning. They thought a guy who was related to the suspect had lived there, but instead him and his family had moved out a year and a half prior. Fast forward to September 1st, 2025, not even a year since his mom had pled for help. Rodarius Blocker, he was charged with criminal conspiracy alongside his friends. Tremaine Wilson, 18, charged with murder and criminal conspiracy. Brandon Pollard, 17, also charged with murder. Timothy Hurst Jr., 18, who was charged with murder. And Quincy Dunbar, 17, charged with accessory before the fact to murder for requesting to take part in the crime and providing one with the weapons, all in connection to the 10-year-old who lost her life.
Learning new details in the case of a 10-year-old girl who was shot and killed in Beach Island in June. Good evening, everyone. I'm Trent Butler. Kimberly Scott is off tonight. Take a look at your screen. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office telling Fox 54 5 people are arrested in connection to the shooting. Tremaine Wilson, Brandon Pollard, and Timothy Harris Jr. all charged with murder. Rodarius Blocker and Quincy Dunbar charged in connection with the shooting. The Sheriff's Office and the family did gather at a press conference today, and Fox 54's Lucy Birch was there. She has more on what happened and how it's connected to another shooting. Lucy.
Yeah, Trent, on June 22nd, 18-year-old Trenard Shepard was shot and killed. The sheriff's office tells me that just 3 days later, in what they say was an act of retaliation, 10-year-old Levenia Low was shot and killed while asleep in her bed during a drive-by shooting. We now know the wrong house was targeted.
That these gang-banging cowards fired into the residence where the 10-year-old girl slept in her bed. They attacked a house full of innocent people. The person they were targeting for retaliation had not lived in that house for a year and a half.
Sheriff Marty Sawyer says many of those involved were juveniles with connections to gang activity. Law enforcement agencies from Aiken County, Richmond County, and Edgefield County joined forces to make multiple arrests on Wednesday.
SWAT teams and investigators executed search warrants simultaneously at 5 different locations. This arrest does not erase the pain felt by the family and our community, but it is one step closer to justice and accountability.
Levenia was just about to start 5th grade when her life was taken. Her family is still mourning deeply.
My niece, nephew have struggled for the last 35 days, but on yesterday, the news was given, and we had a celebration at her gravesite to let her know that she didn't let them sleep at all.
She just loved to help and sing and dance, loved to dance. Whew, these days been awful. We never went through nothing like this, and as far as it being a child, we just really been lost.
Both the sheriff and Lavenia's family are calling for an end to gun violence among teens.
Parents need to raise their kids and raise them the right way. When they get to school, there needs to be more discipline in school and accountability.
Put the guns down. We do not need the gun. Pick up a Bible, pray, talk to God. That's the only thing that can help us.
Mom's pretty herself. Bless your heart, baby. Condolences.
The sheriff's office is still working to arrest one more individual, so stay updated here at Fox 54 News. Reporting live in the conference studio, I'm Lucy Birch, Fox 54, working for you.
As we wrap this story up, let's bring it back to the center. A 10-year-old gone too soon, taken in her sleep by bullets that wasn't even meant for her. A mother who spent years of begging for help, calling the police over 18 times, pleading on social media, praying for her son, and still, she's left to face nightmares of seeing his name tied to murder. In the neighborhoods the cameras don't show, there's pain, there's struggle, and there's cycles of violence that keep taking the next generation. The real question many would ask is how many more? How many more children have to die before we break this chain? How many more mothers have to cry for help before someone's listening? At the end of the day, fam, the streets don't love nobody. They don't love your kids, they don't love your friends, and they don't love you. And the sad truth is, if we don't step up, the same cycle we're watching today will be the same cycle tomorrow. Fam, this was the story of a South Carolina deadly war that's getting younger and younger. As we all know, that's spilling into diss tracks that led to a 10-year-old being gunned down in her sleep, all because people wanted revenge and a murder that happened just hours prior. But little did they know, as mentioned before, that was the wrong address.
Yesterday was bullshit, but today gonna be a good day. Louisiana 3P, yeah, the 3P. I'm talking about the hood way, like when the Lakers got the 3P, got the 3P. I have to say it was a good day. Hey now, say now, I woke up feeling like it was my birthday. Checks coming in like the first day. I said checks coming in like the first day. Niggas trying to knock me off my pivot, I get ignorant, live it. Give it to you in the worst way, I give it how I live it. Let the church say amen. I was trying to chase a little 2K. I was trying to chase a little 2 bands, water and pineapple juice. Hold the deuce, I'm zeroed in. Shoot the beak off a bird. Toucan Sam, do you know who I am? It's Noonie. They make business, you goofy. See this big gold ring, if I mink me. You get loopy, crashing shit, I think I'm boosty. Debo, but this ain't no movie. This ain't 2B, this ain't no movie. Yesterday was bullshit, but today gonna be a good day. Louisiana 3Ps, yeah, the 3Ps. I'm talking about the hood way, like when the Lakers got the 3P. Have to say it was a good day. Hey now, say now, I woke up feeling like it was my birthday. Checks coming in like the first day. I said checks coming in like the first day. Really though, I read the back of my cereal box. I still keep a dog in my sock. Buddy man, you lucky I'm not. I'm about to blow, I'm about to pop. Shout out to the low, he passed me the rock. Hopped off the pole, threw it in sport, oh wait. Pocket stuff like a loose leaf. Pick and roll, we ain't talking about sushi. It's Noonie and the greenest for blue cheese. It's Noonie and the greenest for blue cheese. I'm about to blow, I'm about to pop. Shout out to the low, he passed me the rock. I'm about to blow, I'm about to pop. shout out to the Low. He passed me the rock.
And wow, well over 80 miles an hour, creeping up on 100 miles an hour. You can see it just flying by these cars. And it is not only dangerous to those other drivers, but certainly dangerous to this motorcyclist. You know, these cars, the drivers don't know that it's coming up so fast. You can see, wow, that motorcyclist appearing to kind of stand up there on the motorcycle there for a second. But, oh my gosh.
Snakewood and that personal. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.